What would inspire someone to take a Sawzall to a perfectly good 2006 Ducati S2R 800? A passion for motorcycling for one, but more so an obsession to create something entirely custom. Brent Smedley from Vallejo, California purchased a fully functioning 2006 Ducati S2R 800, removed the engine, and cut the frame up until all that was left was the neck. Smedley bought the bike in 2018, but the idea to build a custom Ducati had been mapped out in his head for many years prior. Custom motorcycles with storied histories and plans usually turn out to be the most interesting, and that's not more apparent than in this Ducati build. It's our Ride of the Week.
This video is sponsored by Autolite, manufacturers of high-quality spark plugs since 1936. Visit Autolite.com for more information.
In 2012, Smedley was searching the internet and saw a custom motorcycle that inspired him beyond anything he had ever seen before. It was a cross between an old board tracker and a modern cafe bike, and after dissecting the photos of the build for hours, he felt he could improve the machine in a few different ways. At the time, he was working in sports medicine for a university, and all his spare time was being devoted to researching how to fabricate and work with metal. He started from scratch, and he studied everything he could on motorcycle design and metallurgy. Essentially, his life became obsessed with building this machine just so he could go out and experience riding it. After 5 years of honing his craft, Smedley began designing and laying out the build in the fall of 2017, before ultimately finding the Ducati he would use in 2018. The 2006 S2R 800 was actually in great shape with only 3,500 miles on it, but none of that really mattered to Brent. Smedley named the custom bike Antevasine, which is fitting for both the bike and its builder. Antevasine means one who lives at the border of two worlds. And having come from a background working in sports medicine, Brent's journey to become a master custom bike builder certainly fits the name, as does the bike's design. With an initial project budget of $15,000, Brent got to work creating something entirely his own from the ground up. In fact, the only aspect of the build he didn't take on himself was some powder coating work. He personally completed all the painting, metal fabrication, and electric work in a single car garage. Some of the modifications and fabrication work included complete custom chassis fabrication, an upgraded Ducati S2R fork assembly, a Meyer-built Metalworks front fender and mount fabrication, a custom fuel tank that was hand fabricated using the stock fuel pump assembly, a custom seat and mount assembly featuring an Alcantara and leather mixed cover put on by Sinister Seats, and the fabrication of gauge mounts and the electronics housing for all new electronics from Moto Gadget. In addition, Smedley chose to use a domino throttle assembly and custom stainless linkage, including using an old exhaust rocker as the choke lever. He also went with a complete revival Mo unit wiring harness kit, a fabricated battery mount for a new anti-gravity battery, a custom fabricated stainless exhaust system, a revival spark plug wire kit, and good ridge brake lines. The Ducati L-twin engine remained mostly stock, but being a custom build, it still included some unique touches such as a custom CNC cover, a Ducati clear clutch cover kit, an upgraded Microtech ECU and fuel mapping, custom intake velocity stacks, a custom oil cooler line, and the use of Cerakote on most engine surfaces. Additional components used on this Ducati S2R 800 are Speedy Moto triple clamps to go along with the Ducati S4R forks, a Cognito Moto headlight, custom rear sets, CRG adjustable levers, assorted gills and other CNC parts, and driven riser clip-ons. Smedley's build ultimately took just over 2 years to finish, and likely would have taken longer had it not been for the extra time afforded to him due to the pandemic. For a first-time build, I think we can all agree that this Ducati is pretty impressive on all fronts. Well guys, that does it for this episode of Ride of the Week, and remember, if you have a motorcycle, ATV, UTV, snowmobile, or jet ski you'd like to feature, email our content director Greg Jones at gjones@babcox.com. Also make sure to follow us across social media at Motorcycle Powersports News, and tune in next time for some more great content. Thanks for watching.